Alright, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Maryam Shaukat and I'm currently a 4th year medical student at the Aga Khan University. In today's video, I will be talking about the AKU entry test 2025 format, key changes and strategy. So, right now we're going to go over everything briefly about the updated AKU MBBS entry test. Now, it's a 100-mark MCQ based question, but there's more to it than just that. It has been divided into two sections, science and reasoning, and yes, you have to pass both to move forward. There's also negative marking and a major format change introduced last year that many students still don't know about. And the biggest question of all, how do you actually prepare for this exam? Let's break it all down. So, section 1, paper pattern. Alright. So the exam is a fully MCQ based exam. It is worth 100 marks, which means it has 100 questions and you only have 2 hours to complete it. That means time management is everything, but we will cover time strategies in a separate video. Now, about the paper pattern, the paper is split into two parts. There is a basic science portion which has 50 marks. This includes biology, physics and chemistry, so basically 50 questions. And there is a reasoning section which is also worth 50 marks, or you can say it has 50 questions, and that includes math reasoning and science reasoning. Now, before this, the AKU entry test basically was divided into a reasoning section and a science section, but the science section was further divided into biology, chemistry and physics, and each of those had around 20 questions or 20 MCQs. So that was a total of 60 marks for the science section. And the reasoning section was divided further into science reasoning and math reasoning, and that also had around 40 questions, so it was worth 40 marks. However, the big change that happened last year, now your math and science reasoning is one section which is worth 50 marks, and your physics, biology and chemistry is one section which is a science section which is also around 50 marks. So it's an equal 50-50 split, which means you need to give time to both of these equally now. So if you're still preparing based on the old format, it is time to update your strategy. Section 2, how to study. So, how do you actually study for this exam? Now, I will be going into the depth of each of these sections in later videos, but just to give you an overview, there are various resources that you can utilize. Now, for the science section, some people try doing a SAT-2. Some people would try doing the Punjab textbooks and the federal textbooks. But whatever you do, nonetheless, it is always good to keep the AKU syllabus in front of you that you can find from their website, and I'll link the website down below as well. Now, for the reasoning section, as far as math is concerned, SAT1 Math is your go-to resource, and because SAT1 Math has various resources for math as well, I will be talking more about it in the next video or in the upcoming videos on how exactly do you prepare for math if you did not take it in FSC or if you did not take it in A-levels. Now, for science reasoning, the more practice, the better, and obviously you want to find out the best resources to practice science reasoning from as well, and I will also go into more depth about it in the upcoming videos. Now, here's something exciting. So, Preply with Maryam and Prep Dummy are collaborating together, and we are bringing you some really exciting things. So there is a full set of practice questions that Prep Dummy is preparing, and they are launching it in May just for you guys. And until then, if you want, you can join the Prep Dummy WhatsApp community to access the Dummy World, which is basically a free resource hub with chapter-wise notes, which is also updated weekly. And yes, in collaboration with Prep Dummy, we're also offering free weekly classes, so make sure you are a part of that as well. Section 3, negative marking. Let's talk about negative marking because this trips up a lot of students. Now, AKU does not have negative marking in its reasoning section. So remember that it's only 50% of the exam which will be negatively marked, and that is the science section. So physics, chemistry and biology. That means you get minus 0.25 for every wrong answer. Now let me break this down. अगर आप एक MCQ को गलत हल करेंगे So you will lose that 1 mark that you will nonetheless lose by answering it wrong. But you will lose an additional 0.25 because you answered it wrong, if that makes any sense. So it's a total of 1.25 marks that you lose in there. So what's the strategy? Well, again, I will go into more depth in another video, but the main thing here is that you want to be cautious in the science section and you only want to answer if you're confident. For this, I will be talking about my 3-layer approach in the later videos. But in the reasoning section, because there is no penalty for wrong answers, please go ahead and attempt everything. Even if you have like 1 minute left, just fill out the bubbles randomly, but use that to your advantage. Do not leave any questions in the reasoning section. Now, section 4, which is timeline to study. Now, if you haven't started studying yet, don't panic. Most students begin their serious prep after their board exams. For now, you can watch videos like these to build your strategy. You can also, as mentioned, attend Prep Dummies free classes when you can, and you can also stay connected with me and Prep Dummies WhatsApp groups for regular updates and resources. Now, the last thing, the passing criteria. Thing is that we as a whole do not know, even as AKU students, on how exactly does AKU figure out its passing criteria. But from what has been observed in the past, AKU shortlist around top 200 to 300 students, and the exact passing score therefore changes every single year because they look at what average score is required to be in the top 200 to 300 students, and based on that they will come up with this percentage that you need to pass the science section and you need to pass the reasoning section. Now, in both of these sections, your overall score will be out of 100. So you should be aiming for at least 80%, in my opinion, for the science reasoning section and for the reasoning section. And for the science section, you can aim for anything from 70 to 75 plus, and you would be good to go. And that I'm saying keeping in mind the past percentages that we have seen for the passing criteria. Now that's it for this video. We have got a more detailed breakdown coming your way, from time management to topic wise prep. So if you found this helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm here to help. Good luck with your prep, and you've got this. I will see you next time. Khuda Hafiz.